Lil Durk, once at the top of the rap game, now finds himself facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars. His journey from dominating the industry to battling serious legal troubles is a shocking and complex story that many people believe they understand. However, today, we are taking a deep dive into the details that most rap fans have never heard before. Details that all trace back to Quando Rondo, originally from the streets of Savannah, Georgia, was deeply involved in the street life from a young age. Representing the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, he quickly became active in the trenches, navigating a dangerous environment as a kid. But as he grew older, he decided to take a different path and began focusing on music. His first breakthrough moment came in 2017 when he dropped the track I Remember. The song gained significant traction, but it was the remix featuring Lil Baby that truly elevated his career, racking up millions of streams and solidifying his presence in the industry. By that time, Lil Durk was already a well-established name in the rap game. Having been active for years, he had built a solid reputation as one of the hottest drill artists to come out of Chicago. While Quando Rondo's collaboration with NBA YoungBoy was instrumental in boosting his career, Lil Durk also played a crucial role in helping him gain recognition. Durk and Quando hit the studio together and recorded Other Side, a track that further cemented their connection. On the song, Lil Durk raps, "I can't forget the trenches, they're my blood brothers, shout out Quando Rondo, he a lil boss, and they say I'm super savage, that's the hood fault." What made this collaboration even more significant was that Lil Durk allegedly did not charge Quando Rondo for the feature. Instead, he was simply trying to support the up-and-coming artist and give him a chance to shine in the industry. That same year, they both appeared on another track, Shy Glizzy's Problems. Durk once again showed love to Quando on the track, but his verse carried a certain intensity. He rapped, "How you gon' lie and go along with the Quando say he read, but I know he ain't come to my crib. You can't come with Draco shells, it come with These lyrics would later take on a much deeper meaning as tensions in the rap world escalated, setting off a chain of events that would forever change the lives of both Lil Durk and Quando Rondo. Durk had always shown love to Quando back in the day. Their collaborations weren't just business transactions, they genuinely had a solid relationship. When they linked up again on Quando's track Safest, Durk delivered a verse that carried an unmistakable message. He rapped, "We not scared, we did what we did real checkin', and the kids having kids, they goin' out wantin' gun laws. But it is what it is, public defenders don't even care, they tryna plead you out your This verse spoke to the harsh realities of street life and the broken justice system. But at the time, no one knew just how real things would get. Unlike many rappers who only collaborate online, Quando Rondo and Lil Durk weren't just sending verses back and forth over the internet. They actually had a real connection in the streets and spent time together in Chicago. Quando was also cool with King Von back then, and they were on good terms. He even dissed STK and Von's ops from 63rd, showing where he stood at the time. For a while, everything seemed solid between Quando Rondo, Lil Durk, and King Von. But things took a drastic turn when Quando's close affiliate, NBA YoungBoy, got caught up in a beef with Von. King Von and YoungBoy didn't have any issues in the beginning. In fact, Von allegedly even wanted to work with YoungBoy on a track. But things shifted when Von was on Instagram Live listening to YoungBoy's song Play With Us. At one point, Von smirked and casually said that YoungBoy was cap pin in his raps, implying that he wasn't really about the life he rapped about. That small moment, which seemed harmless at the time, ended up playing a role in igniting one of the biggest rap beefs of the era. And once NBA YoungBoy and King Von were officially at odds, everyone around them, including Lil Durk and Quando Rondo, was inevitably pulled into the conflict.
No, it wasn't no beef or no that, you know, like some of his homies would come to Chicago and pull up to my crib and I don't really like no beef and shit, but you know how that shit go over the time.
King Von took the disrespect to another level when he posted pictures of himself hanging out with NBA YoungBoy's baby mama, Jania. The post immediately sent shockwaves through the rap world, as everyone knew this was a direct shot at YoungBoy, not one to back down. YoungBoy clapped back in a way that took things even further. He posted a picture of his son and wrote, "I'm gonna make sure that my son, your daughter since you trolling, This wasn't just rap beef anymore, it was getting deeply personal. As King Von and NBA YoungBoy continued going back and forth, the people around them started getting involved too. What started as a war of words between two rappers quickly escalated into a full-blown conflict between their respective crews. Before all the tension boiled over, Quando Rondo and many of YoungBoy's affiliates actually had close ties with Chicago rappers. Lil Durk's homie, Lori, even revealed that back in the day, Quando and some of Young Boy's people used to hang out with them in Chicago. He claimed they had kicked it at his crib, showing that there was once a level of respect and camaraderie between both sides, but as the beef between Young Boy and King Von grew, those past friendships no longer mattered. The divide was set, and soon, everyone had to pick a side, leading to a series of events that would change the rap game forever. Lil Reese's situation was a little strange compared to the rest. Both he and Lil Durk came up on the south side of Chicago, repping the Black Disciples, BDs. However, rumors circulated that Durk played a major role in escalating the war with the Gangster Disciples, GDs, when he dropped the track L's anthem. In the song, he rapped, "Brick Squad? I say, I'm WTO world with M, so, I'm in these streets, no ducking." This line was a direct shot at Brick Squad, a GD-affiliated set, and it didn't take long for retaliation to follow. One of Brick Squad's most well-known members, Lil Jojo, clapped back with a diss track BDK. In his verse, he fired back at Durk, rapping, "You ain't with the SHTS, so stop the flexin' trying to wife they out here stretchin'." Durk say, "Brick Squad, so I can't wait to catch him, squeeze his FY now they got him on the stretcher." Asterisk Jojo also took shots at Lil Reese, clowning him online. That same day, Jojo posted a video riding around Chicago, taunting Reese. Reese responded in the comments, warning him, "I'ma kill you." Tragically, just hours later, Lil Jojo was shot and killed in a drive dash by DT. That point, the war between the BDs and GDs had escalated to an entirely new level, with both sides exchanging deadly retaliation, and 2011, both Lil Durk and Lil Reese ended up getting booked for a shooting. At the time, Reese and Durk were tight, but things started shifting when Durk had a falling out with Chief Keef. Keef was the first artist from their camp to truly blow up. After dropping Don't Like, he went from being in the trenches to making millions. But while Keef was stacking money, many of his old homies were still struggling in the streets. According to King Von, a situation arose when one of their homies got locked up, and they needed an extra $7,500 to bond him out. They turned to Keef for help, and he agreed, but he never actually followed through with the money. Around the same time, Durk himself got arrested for a gun charge. Unlike Keef, Durk wasn't on the same financial level yet, and he didn't have the funds to bail himself out. Once again, Keef didn't step up to help, which led to tension within the group. Some of Keef's old homies felt like he had turned his back on them after getting rich. The situation got so bad that some dudes from O-Block allegedly ran up in Keef's crib and stole his chain along with other valuables. After that incident, Keef packed up and left Chicago for good, never returning to live there again. The fallout between Chief Keef and his BD affiliates led to even more rumors. Some claimed that at one point, Lil Reese even choked Lil Durk out in a club over the beef. However, other sources insist the story was false. Durk himself seemed to address these rumors in his song Rumors, where he rapped, "What you know about popping out and trying to hit their face first? They like, smirk, he be trippin', better put your case first, choking who? I heard them rumors, better play it slow, I don't want no who you catch, I want the one I paid for." While Durk and Reese may have had their differences, by the time King Von started making a name for himself, the dynamics had shifted once again. The BD-GD war continued, and Durk's focus was no longer on internal beefs but on the battles happening in the streets and the music industry. King Von clowned Lil Durk over an interview, saying, "The nerds got 7 of them last year." His words were meant to mock Durk's crew, suggesting they had taken heavy losses in the streets. However, what many people didn't realize at the time was just how ruthless Lil Tim and some of the Savannah hitters really were. Before Quando Rondo became a rapper, he and Lil Tim were already deep in Savannah's street life. Both were affiliated with a notorious crew called Only the Mob, OTM. This group had a reputation for extreme violence and was heavily active in the city's gang wars. Back in 2016, OTM ignited a brutal conflict that tore Savannah apart. They were locked in a deadly war against VBS and the 1100 Block Gang, two groups that were allied under the 2X Gang umbrella. As the beef escalated, both sides started exchanging gunfire in the streets, and bodies quickly started dropping. Rumors swirled that Lil Tim was putting in serious work for OTM during the war, solidifying his reputation as a feared enforcer. Quando Rondo even referenced Tim's violent past in the track Dead Guy, where he rapped, "Walk around that corner with that Glock in your hand, know what's what, tried to kill Lil Tim, got shot in his hand, that's all we smokin', burnin', screamin' that, These lyrics suggested that Tim had survived an attempted hit, reinforcing the idea that he was battle-tested in the trenches long before he became known to the public. At the time, most outsiders had no clue just how deep the Savannah Street Wars ran. Many of Durk and Von's affiliates likely underestimated just how serious Quando Rondo's camp was when the beef first started. But as history would soon show, Lil Tim and his people weren't the type to back down from a war, something that would eventually lead to one of the most infamous incidents in modern rap history.